The scarlet macaw macao is a large red, yellow, and blue Central and South American parrot, a member of a large group of neotropical parrots called macaws. It is native to humid evergreen forests of the Neotropics. Its range extends from southeastern Mexico to Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Bolivia, Venezuela and Brazil in lowlands of 500 meters, 1,600 feet, at least formally up to 1,000 meters, 3,300 feet, the Caribbean island of Trinidad, as well as the Pacific island of Coiba. Formerly, it ranged north to southern Tamaulipas. In some areas, it has suffered local extinction because of habitat destruction, or capture for the parrot trade, but in other areas, it remains fairly common. It is the national bird of Honduras. Like its relative the blue and yellow macaw, scarlet macaws are popular birds in aviculture as a result of their striking plumage. The scarlet macaw was formally described by the Swedish naturalist Carl Linnaeus in 1758 in the 10th edition of his Systema Naturae under the binomial name Psittacus macao. The scarlet macaw is now placed in the genus Ara, Lacapede, 1799, one of 6 genera of Central and South American macaws. It is about 81 centimeters, 32 in long, of which more than half is the pointed, graduated tail typical of all macaws, though the scarlet macaw has a larger percentage of tail than the other large macaws. The average weight is about 1 kilogram, 2 pounds 3 ounces. The plumage is mostly scarlet, but the rump and tail covert feathers are light blue. The greater upper wing coverts are yellow. The upper sides of the flight feathers of the wings are dark blue as are the ends of the tail feathers, and the undersides of the wing and tail flight feathers are dark red with metallic gold iridescence. Some individuals may have green in the wings. There is bare white skin around the eye and from there to the bill. Tiny white feathers are contained on the face patch. The upper mandible is mostly pale horn in color and the lower is black. Juveniles have dark eyes. Adults have light yellow eyes. It is frequently confused with the slightly larger green-winged macaw, which has more distinct red lines in the face and no yellow in the wing. Scarlet macaws make very loud, high and sometimes low-pitched, throaty squawks, squeaks and screams designed to carry many kilometers to call for the groups. The scarlet macaw can live up to 75 or even 90 years in captivity, although a more typical lifespan is 40 to 50 years. The scarlet macaw is an early example of a parrot breeding in captivity. Captive breeding occurred in northern Mexico at Pacoima, also called Casas Grandes, and very likely southwest New Mexico Mimbres Valley in the 11th century. Breeding pens, perches, bones, and eggshell fragments have been uncovered. The straightforward nature of scarlet macaw breeding and the value of their plumes in trade created a market for trade wherein the animals were used in religious rites north to the Colorado Plateau region. Today the scarlet macaw is found worldwide in captivity, but is best represented in captivity in the Americas. Captive techniques developed from the pet trade have positively affected wild populations. In areas with low macaws populations, the extra babies that typically die in the nest may be reared by humans' hands and released into the wild to bolster the population,